Good day, YouTube. Today's topic of discussion is morning rituals. I think I fell upon a YouTube video today actually while I was out in the sun after church, and I think it's one thing that I have always been the worst at is getting up in the mornings. I think it was especially particularly worse because we're only getting 3-4 hours of sleep at night, so that last bit of sleep between 3 a.m. to 6 depending when you're getting up is probably the deepest sleep that we get in a night. And it's sort of like, you just need it. It's the only thing that's getting you through the day. And funny enough, I stumbled upon this video, and it was speaking all about the morning rituals of the very wealthy people in this world. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Barack Obama, sorry, Mark Zuckerberg, Richard Branson, and the one thing is that I realized that I I failed to do is I used to. I think when I before I got my eczema when I was in Australia, I had no eczema in Australia for 3 years, and I used to get up every morning, have my coffee, and I'd either read the Bible or I would listen to some music or read the news. So while I'm doing that half an hour, lunch breakfast is ready, prepared and everything. I did that the night before. I was a bit I couldn't do it in the morning. It was just two times constraint. So that was mine. And once I think over this last year and a half, since I've mainly been suffering with the eczema, I'm getting worse and worse. With my previous fiance, I did try and do we try to do gymming in the morning. Um, the one thing is that it was just you, it was too painful. I think to start that in the morning, and I do. It's a problem because I love the morning. I enjoy the morning. I just wish I had, you know, that's the biggest thing about eczema people is that when a lot of other people go to bed, they go to bed. They even if they go to bed late, they at least have that night. They sleep. Bam. If they go to bed at 11, they sleep until 6. Or 5, or whatever time they wake up, and that's their time. Us, on the other hand, we try to go to bed 10, and 3 o'clock in the morning we still still awake and itching ourselves. So yeah, it's a little bit harder for us to actually be a morning person, to be honest. So I realized that this is probably hard. I think that what you need to try and figure out, and what I also do, is just some people do it differently. Some people do it with gratitude in the morning. Others do it spiritually. A lot of people read the Bibles in the morning. I've met quite a few people at work, and my ex fiance did the same thing. She was always reading the Bible. Her mom read the Bible in the morning, in the evening, and all these little rituals all sort of contribute to being grateful and focusing on the day. Because Mark Zuckerberg, he funny enough, his morning ritual is he will always wear the same thing in the morning, and he says that it's less decision fatigue. Just too many decisions in the day. So he's he just has one less thing to worry about. Something so simple. to him, and it's his way of it's his ritual in the morning. Um, you look at uh, Bill Gates. Bill Gates spends an hour on the treadmill every morning. I mean, just, he must be pretty fit, but well done. And I think one of the I really Steve Jobs for me was always a I really enjoyed his bibliography, and I every morning he would wake up for 33 years. He would do the same thing, and he would stand in front of the mirror and he would ask himself, if he would die today, what I would what I was going to do that day, would he be happy? Um, and will he be grateful that he actually did accomplish that today? And if the answer was no, too many days in a row, he would change it. And Richard Branson, I mean, he wakes up in the morning and swims around his island, or goes plays tennis or kite surfing. These are very busy people. And they a lot of them surround themselves with a lot of physical physical things. I think it's always good to get your body pumping. The problem is that with us we face a very difficult thing, is that we can't do a lot of times we can't do too many physical things. When I used to go gymming with my ex fiance, oh, I loved it. I really did love it. But every time I used to stretch and open up my using the muscles and everything like that in my joints. Oh, it used to. I didn't want to show it and I didn't want to say it, but it was such an inspiring time. I loved it. I loved it. It was like she used to be on my case all the time. But you know, even though I loved it so much, it was just something that I couldn't do. I literally at the time. I mean, I'm sort of slowly getting into it now because my skin's getting better. I'm not taking any antihistamines. I mean, like I mentioned, is that antihistamines are. That's a whole new different topic, but I just wanted to say, just be careful. I know that it's one thing that doctors prescribe for us, and on large quantities, and they say it's fine, it's not drowsiness, but believe me, it's something that is very dangerous, and it had a hell of a toll on me. I realized today, like, I took out a whole, I've got a whole hole in my bathroom because the air ventilation system to get all the moisture out of the the bathroom wasn't working, so I just took out the whole, like, half the roof, and I replaced the motors, and now I've got a big hole in the roof now. So luckily the owner's gonna go get me some jib because just no time. Uh, sure, got in at like 6 o'clock at night, and I was like, oh my word, it feels like a Wednesday, and it's only a Sunday. So okay, sorry, I'm rambling on, but so yeah, morning rituals. I think that that's the biggest thing that we need to focus on. And I'm trying to. I think it's a lot hard. I think it's a lot easier for me now because I am a lot more physically able to do more things than, let's say, 2 3 months ago. I mean, I used to have a morning ritual that I used to get up every morning at 5 and go lie next to my fiance, but it got to a time that I was so bad that I was literally in so much pain that I just tried to turn off the off the alarm clock just to, you know, because sleep, sleep, just, and that was my issue. I think that I should have my ritual was wrong because I should have got up. I should have made it a ritual, and I should have, no matter what it was, I should have done it. It was, and that's what's important about a ritual is that we do it without thinking or without wanting, because let's be honest, not all of us want to wake up in the morning and run around or go for a swim and everything like that. But if you make it a ritual, you actually do it instinctively. You're not using your mind to say, oh, I'm too lazy today, it's too cold, so what I'm trying to say is that what you need to do maybe is find something that can give you fulfillment just in the morning. Wake up and even it doesn't have to be physical. I know that a lot of times physical things we just can't do. It's not we're sadly not able to do it. I wasn't able to do it. I'm slowly getting into it now. I'm getting more energy, and I'm able to stretch my arms with no pain. So that's that's a step forward for me. However, I would imagine a lot of you can't do that. You can't bend your arms. I've been there. I've been where I couldn't move in my bed without my parents picking me up. Because there was just so much pain that I couldn't do it. And I think that when I was in that state, it was. I mean, I can't imagine how I would have if I said to myself, okay, watch your YouTube video in 10 years and say, look, you need a morning ritual and you need to get up earlier and, do things. And I'm like, wow, easier said than done, mate. I mean, really, I can hardly move. What do you think I'm going to go running around in the sea for some time? It's no. So, yeah, I mean, look, even what I do in the mornings now is I wake up, have my cup of coffee, and I listen to a little bit of music. And if it's not that, then I'd read a Bible verse. I it's just I'm not doing physical things, but I'm being grateful for the day. I'm actually saying to myself, I'm really grateful for today because we are very fortunate to be alive. A lot of people died yesterday, and today wasn't guaranteed. You know, it's today's a gift, and I think that if you try and start off positive, that eczema will be a little bit easier. You know, I know I know that it can be so hard because it's draining. It's really, really draining, and it's something that you can never really explain, but you just. Ugh. So yeah, try it out. I mean, even if you just lie in bed and you pray. A lot of people find prayer helpful. If you don't, if you're not very religious, then listen, get out to your a favorite song that makes you happy. And just be grateful. Yeah, and just try and boost yourself a little bit that day, because I think that's what a lot of these people are doing is that they just boosting themselves today, and they're saying, look, today is a new day. We're gonna take it on, and we're gonna do it. And that positivity is what brings a lot of people their motivation for that day. The struggles and the trials. It's their morning rituals help them a lot, and it's just something that I would maybe suggest. It's quite daunting. I think that especially in the start, it's very hard because you wake up in the morning and you're really tired. So let's maybe just try it for a month, and hopefully after a month, it slowly gets into you that you actually just wake up, your body clock wakes up, even if you had 2 hours of sleep, which I don't know, yeah, it's easier said than done, I guess. But oh well, yeah. So that's that. Just try and find something that you feel that can help you with taking taking that day on, and use that positivity, because of all people, you know that you need it. You know that you're going to need it for the day. You know that every step is going to be sore, or you know when you go shower, it's going to be sore. So just that, maybe that, even if it doesn't have to be a half an hour, even it doesn't have to be an hour. Just wake up maybe 10, 15 minutes before you normally wake up, and just find that happy place and do what you feel that is going to help you. And yeah, good luck. And I hope that you find something that helps you, and that morning ritual does it for you. You know. And so thank you. All the best. Cheers. Bye.